Hey everybody, Keith with New Groove again today. I'm going to try and keep this short today, even though there's a lot that I want to say about what's going on. Um, so there's been a lot more violence in schools lately, and we're in Dallas, so there's been a stabbing, there's a shooting. Some of the middle schools and high schools have been reporting high number of fights and things like that. But even more disturbing than that, I think, for me, is that now our legislature is passing or possibly has passed by now a bill that is going to lower the age for children to be expelled or suspended or put into in-school suspension. Maybe I don't know the ins and outs of the law, but they're going to start doing it down to third grade for misbehaviors. Uh, they're probably going to try and sell it as really disturbing, threatening behaviors, however they want to sell it. But the point I want to make is that punishment is not the answer. Thoughts and prayers is not the answers to this. Um, I think the critical piece we're missing, and there was a post on LinkedIn the other day that I saw that got me thinking I need to say more, is when a child misbehaves, however you want to identify that, but somebody's having big emotions and feelings. They're like really, really angry or depressed or they've got anxiety, whatever's going on that makes them want to lash out, either hurt others or hurt themselves. But they're having these behaviors. It's because we have failed to teach them how to recognize their emotions and how to effectively communicate those emotions and feelings and what they need. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to take a child out of a classroom and expel them either off campus or put them in some kind of an in-school suspension where they're isolated, they're alone. If you expel them from school, they're not going to learn any emotional healthiness. And until we improve emotional healthiness of everybody, adults, children, everybody, we're not going to make any big improvements in our world. So when a child acts out and they're punished, what you're telling them is that's bad. Don't be that way. Don't act that way. But there's no lesson, there's no teaching. And we're all teachers, we're all students at any given moment. We're teaching. Children are modeling our behaviors, they're listening to what we say, they see how we behave. And if that's what they're seeing, then they're going to think that's okay because we're not taking the time to teach them emotional skills. We need to teach them about emotional healthiness. We need to teach adults about emotional healthiness, teach them emotional skills. In our book, Making Friends with Feelings, it's a children's book, but it's not just for children. It's for adults as well. And so I know lately we've been mentioning more and more, we do work with adults as well as children. My focus mostly is on children, but you can't focus on children without also focusing on adults because adults are the ones that are teaching the children, whether it's just through modeling or 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 showing children how to behave when you're having big emotions and feelings. And you can imagine if you were like really angry, you're driving down the road. Just today, I saw a guy drive through the median. Uh, I guess everybody wasn't going fast enough for him. I don't have any idea what was going on. Maybe it was an emergency. I don't know. But there are times we all have those big emotions and we don't know what to do with them. If our children see us expressing those in unhealthy ways, they're going to do the same thing. So please, let's work towards not isolating children and only punishing them. Let's put them in school suspension, but let's get them a therapist or a licensed counselor to teach that class instead of just dropping them in there and saying, do your work. Um, Beth and I are going to be in Florida in a couple weeks. If anybody wants to come to the beach, sit for a lesson, we'd be glad to have you. We're in Dallas right now. But if you want to participate in any like weekend seminars, let us know. Or if you just want to sit in some of our lessons, let us know and we'll make it a time that's convenient for everybody that wants to come. So that's all I have to say today.